I'm saying hello today from a very, very interesting place in Massachusetts, in the town of North Adams. Here with me is Catherine Myers, who works here for MassMOCA, the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, one of the leading museums, modern art museums in North America.
Yep.
And you've taken me to a rather unique and colorful spot here.
Yeah, so this is building 7, and this building is filled with 105 wall drawings by Sol LeWitt. And most of MassMOCA changes once a year. This installation is long-term, so this will be here for many years to come. And so Sol LeWitt was really the granddaddy of conceptual art. What he did was he created this series of more than 1,200 of these wall drawings over the course of his career. He separated the object from the idea and made the idea the valuable thing and the object not the valuable thing. So what does that mean? If you buy a LeWitt wall drawing, you buy a license, or basically like permission to put it on the wall, and the instructions. So if you were to buy this wall drawing, you don't get this wall and this wall drawing. We wouldn't take down this wall and sell it to you. If you bought this wall drawing, we would have to paint over this wall, and you would be able to put it up wherever you wanted to. So the idea was the thing with value, and the object not so much. So, although these wall drawings aren't for sale, I just use an example. But and Sol didn't install his own art. So in other words, he created this set of instructions that anyone could follow, any professional artist could follow. So this seems like a radical idea. Here's an artist who didn't do their own art. How could an artist didn't do their own art? But it's actually not that radical. When you think about, we were just looking at this house designed by Mies van der Rohe that was never built. So that's the same kind of thing. If Mies van der Rohe designed a house, he didn't build it. So an architect, we think of architects as artists, but they don't build their own projects. We think of composers as artists, but they don't necessarily perform their own music. We think of playwrights as artists, but they don't perform their own plays. So Sol just took that into the visual arts realm. And also,
can I ask you one question? I'm so curious what's around the corner. Can we have a peek?
Sure.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
So the other thing that Sol did.
Look at this.
Was he took these ideas, ideas, and then played them out geometrically. So in other words, he would have something where he would, the instruction would be to take something to the maximum number of combinations, which is what we just saw on the last striped wall.
Okay. Wow, this is really cool.
These drawings are done with ink wash.
Oh yeah.
So the color is layered. So actually, they're not mixed colors. The colors here are made, this purple, for instance, is made by layering blue and red and gray together, or yellow, blue, and gray together.
Okay.
So all of these colors are made through this layering process.
That is so cool.
And the thing that's cool about this installation here is that this is the only place in the world that you can see 105 LeWitt wall drawings in one place. And the other important thing about this is that while Sol didn't put any of this art on the walls, what happened was he came to MassMOCA and he decided to do something in this building, and then we built a model of the building, a cardboard model of the building for him. And then when he came to MassMOCA and saw the space, there were no walls. And so he built all the walls, or he said, here's where all the walls should go, and then he decided what drawings should go on what walls. So from his entire life's work of 1,200 wall drawings, he said, I want wall drawing number 391 here, and I want wall drawing number 1,112 here, and I want wall drawing number 16 here, and placed them all.
So if I understand you correctly, he did not physically create any of these.
No, and actually he died before before the process of actually putting the work on the walls even started. He died in April of 2007, and the draft people who did the work here arrived here in April of 2008 and started working.
wow.
So but he did, I mean, it's pretty important that he said, okay, this spot, this drawing is going in this spot. Well, not only is this drawing going in this spot, but he said there's going to be a wall here, and on that wall is going to be wall drawing number 527. So as you're walking
So he designed the layout and the images.
Which drawing, So as you're going through, it's important to keep that in mind, that he is managing, it's very much his, even though he didn't actually do any of the work,
right, it's his idea.
It's all his idea.
Yeah.
And he's very much guiding your experience of viewing these works and guiding how you experience it.
Can I ask you a little bit about this area out here and that church tower-like structure? What is
well,
that?
that's just the clock tower for the, this was an old factory, so that was the clock tower that they had. It's funny actually, it has a clock on it.
It does,
which is correct, which says it's 10 past 10. We have a sound. The clock tower has a sound art installation in it by an artist named Christina Kubish.
Oh yeah.
Which is involved. What she did was she went up in the clock tower quite a few years ago, before we opened actually. She went up in the clock tower and she made sounds from the bells using like her hands and different mallets. Like she hit the bells and recorded all these sounds. And then she created this program that actually makes the sounds come out of the clock tower between 9 and 5. So during the normal workday for the factory. So every hour, every half hour actually, they make these sounds. And it's supposed to be, if the weather is bright and sunny, then it sounds one way. If the weather is different, so it responds to the weather. But the thing that's funny about it is that the clock tower, the clock on the tower, which is 100 years old, or maybe not quite that old, but old, keeps perfect time. But the computer that runs the program that makes the bell sounds is never right.
Okay.
So if you want to know what time it is, you can look at the clock. Don't listen for the bell.
Don't listen for the bell. What a great space. I got to snap some pictures in here, that's for sure. Thanks, Catherine.
Oh, you're welcome.